Earth signs, welcome back for your October mid-month reading. Those of you who are new, welcome. Those of you who are returning, hello again. If you're wanting to follow me live, to be partake in some of the live sessions we have, click the bell and then that way you should get a notification. Generally, I try to do a video ahead of time to give everyone a heads up, but generally the live sessions are 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. So just check those time frames. And that's a rough guideline as to when I generally go live, and that gives you an opportunity to ask questions during the session, and I do the twin flame videos too. So romantically wise, mid-month guys, let's see what's going on with you. You connected to a situation, you're trying to be braver, you're trying to be a bit more bold, and I'm feeling as though there is a dynamic where someone is trying to make you question your intuition on the situation. This can be a family member, or it can be friendships, and it can be old situations that you got to a place where you were quite nervous about actually taking bold action. So if it feels like this is coming up for you, this is what's crowning your mid-month reading. Also, it may be that your partner might be unwell, or the way they're acting is really unusual. This is either a person you're interested in, or a person you're deciding upon. They do want to be bold though. They do know that life is short, and it can be that they've come through and they're a bit nervous about how to react. They're unsure how you're going to look at them, but they also know that they want a situation to move forward. This may have been a situation where you separated for some of you, where the person is looking at you and really wondering what you're going to think about them. They're also realizing though that time's short, and it may be that they had somebody that was unwell and was taking their energy away. I am hearing for some of you that they felt like chalk and cheese and things didn't quite go according to plan. Lots has changed in their life. I think they've had a bit of an uphill battle. Okay, again, this does feel for some of you that this is a past person. It can be any communication you've had in a current partnership, or the past is coming back in a sense of reflection because perhaps an offer was on the table. There is nostalgia. But you're thinking on it. You're thinking, well, what do I really feel about this now that this has changed? How do I feel about this situation? But this person really has changed overnight. This can be for good or bad. It can be that they're changed in a way of where they want to go for their hopes and dreams and they're sad. But for some of you, this might have been what happened previously and that they're coming back to you to try and explain the situation. You're also changing your attitude about it. Although you're being braver, you're also trying to keep your cool so the direct communication can come through correctly. They felt that they were moving on a hunch and doing what they felt intuitively was correct. And they were quite focused on finances. It can also be that they were focused on children or family, but it can go vice versa in energy. You're concerned due to past tense experiences that, you're wanting to see the proof in the pudding. You don't want it to just be all talk. You're doing more investigation and you're trying to see what the deal is with the situation. Now, it may be that you have heard this song and dance before and you're thinking, I've been here before. We know how this goes. I know where this conversation leads to, or I know how this dynamic goes. And it could be past tense related. It doesn't have to be connected to this person, but sometimes our fear-based situations come up in a protective way to give us a bit of an aha. And then, if that triggers us, we can look at it and address it, but then reassess it and look at it from an external point of view to make a final assessment. But I do feel that they're trying to do things in the correct way. They want things to be done in the correct way. And I do feel there's been cross wires. I do feel that they did let you down in some shape or form, or people had let you down and this is why you're being cautious. but this person is trying to turn from a frog to a king, a frog to a prince. And you're like, yeah, that's fine, providing this is done correctly. And they know this is your mindset. They know that this is what you're wanting. A lot of your attitude due to past tense experiences has changed you. And it makes you a bit concerned. It makes you surprised in a good way, but also a little bit concerned. They're going to try and help you see that this situation is beneficial, that they have been through what you've been through. And I do feel for you guys, there's two energies coming through in the reading. I don't feel there's one person. Again, for some of you, it is a past tense person and an old memory, or it could physically be that person and another person. So it feels a T-section in the road, and a person who's wronged you is coming back to make an offer quite unexpectedly. And another person is in the same. Now the energy between you, between all three of you, how that's relevant. It can be family members. It doesn't have to be a physical partner. But for some of you, many of you, I'm actually feeling there's another person coming back. Okay, the reality is you were feeling quite positive. You're ready to move forward and you're ready for the new day. The reality is, yes, it bodes very well, and to be super cautious this month because I am feeling fertility. Again, if you have a question in mind, have your question and the answer will be at the end of the reading. Your heart had been broken from a situation, but I do feel this person or people, no one wins, but you do as well. If that makes sense. It's like I feel a decision has to be made, that a crossroad is going to come, and that when that happens, it is your higher self saying to you that this is a potential. Because the healing heart is some of these things had to come back to you to have this healing and to have the ability to make a decision. But you do need to explore your options, and maybe now that you have the clarity, you're not going to any longer. This could be either side. And you're being very serious. The energy between you is very serious, so it is going to be a definite decision being made. And look, even if they haven't moved towards you, you're still meditating on this given situation. Otherwise, look at your rising signs, guys. Okay. Now, if you have a question in mind, the card and the response to it is yes. They're very passionate about you. Okay, I'm going to pull two cards for the other person. Okay. This other person that is coming back from the past, and again, these energies can swap because I'm sensing two energies, so I've pulled two sets. One of them is at a point they're at a crossroad needing to make choices. This has transpired already. They did make a choice, but I do feel they're returning. It is again the energy where they were passionate about a road but weren't quite sure. They were at that T-section in the road and they really did need to make a decision. They do feel they did make a wrong decision and they are wishing to have forgiveness, but they were dealing with these exact same energies. Exact same energies of where you were at and unsure how to do it. There has been a transformation and they are hoping their wishes can come true. This other energy does have great passion for you. And I feel energetically this feels more the person who is coming towards you but is a new person. You may have already been dealing with them though. They have a different energy. There's less time you have spent with this current person. This person's energy feels as though they don't have the history with you. They don't have the same history. Some of these choices are completely out of their hands, but they will act, you know, should you give them the green light. For you, you're really meditating, and this could be connected to a person in July for some of you. Some changes may have happened by March. But you're taming your emotions. You're really taming your emotions to meditate on this. You're also wanting to be very safe, and I do feel you in hermit mode. Now, the energy between you, what stands, is meditate on what you feel is correct. Don't do something from a basis of, you know, which one suits best. Try and go with the heart, because 9 times out of 10, you know, yes, we should use the intuition as well. The head and the heart is necessary, but it feels as though you're more coming from a head point of view. Okay? This past person is coming from a heart point of view. This new person is coming from a passion, family orientated point of view. How do you feel about that? Who is your dream? Regardless of the fear, who is the dream? The intuition will come, but you need to answer that, okay? Because whatever your question was before, you know, okay? If you're wanting a booking, the link is directly below. I will see you during the live sessions and for the other videos I upload, hopefully daily.